Hello, my name is Billy Atkins, and I'm the Director of Campus Safety for St. Edward's University. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view this brief 20-minute presentation on situational awareness and for helping to keep our campus community safe. As I mentioned, all of us, students, faculty, and staff, play a role in keeping our campus safe. One of the biggest ways we can contribute to everyone's safety on campus is by remaining aware of our surroundings at all times. Simply put, that's what situational awareness is all about. Being aware of what's going on around us and reporting anything that seems odd or out of place. The following video gives an example of why it's important to be aware of our surroundings.
Here's your challenge. How many riders in green jump the ramps? Go. Five riders in green jumped the ramps. But did you notice the unicyclist? How about the hidden message? Did you see that? Did you notice the man dropping the suspicious backpack? Your next challenge, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
So how did you do? Did you count the 5 riders in green jumping the ramp? Did you see the unicyclist or the hidden message? How about the person dropping the backpack and walking away? This scenario is very reminiscent of the Boston Marathon bombing that occurred in 2013. That is, a large crowd enthusiastically watching an event while someone planted a device nearby. This video shows how important it is for us to remain aware of our surroundings, regardless of where we are or what we're doing. You heard in the tagline at the end of the previous video, if you see something, say something. This is a program originally developed by the New York City Transportation Authority and later adopted by the Department of Homeland Security in 2010. Although the original and primary intent of the program was to help prevent acts of terrorism and their associated crimes, this is a great concept that we can use to keep us and our community safe wherever we may be. So before we begin, it's important for us to recognize that not everything in and of itself is suspicious. These are just some of the factors for you to consider when trying to determine if a person or activity is suspicious. Taking the context, time, and location of a situation into consideration, along with the behavior of the individual or individuals you're observing, will help you determine if something seems suspicious. In our first scenario, it's move-out day. It's a bright and sunny day where everyone can see what everyone else is doing. The folks in this photo appear to be around a residence hall. We see other people in the background. Also, our movers are in a group, laughing and having a good time, or as good a time you can have when you're moving. And they're not trying to conceal what they're doing. As opposed to this scenario, we don't really know what this is about. It doesn't look like it's a campus move-in or move-out event. In fact, it appears to be the middle of the night. This person is alone in what appears to be an isolated location in dark clothing. In this photo, it looks like something may be amiss. AMISS is an acronym you can use to help you remember different types of suspicious activity. A can stand for attempted intrusion. also known as breach. That is, someone trying to get in somewhere they don't belong, attempting to follow or piggyback someone going into a building like a residence hall or other secure location, someone attempting to enter an area but lacking the proper credentials. Attempted intrusion can also be evidenced by locks or fencing that appears to be cut, damaged, or even missing. A can also stand for abandoned or suspicious vehicle. This includes unattended vehicles, especially if located near critical infrastructure for extended periods of time. Vehicles with excessively dark or tinted windows or other window coverings such as cardboard that is intended to block or obscure a person's ability to see what or who is in the vehicle. Evidence of damage to a vehicle, such as broken locks or windows, may be an indicator that the vehicle is stolen. Finally, you should be on the lookout for unexpected, unscheduled, or unfamiliar delivery trucks or so-called delivery trucks that lack prominent markings of known delivery services like the US Postal Service, Federal Express, etc. M stands for misrepresentation. This includes the use of outdated, expired, tampered with, or otherwise invalid credentials, such as badges or IDs. Evoking authority or displaying intimidating behavior can be another form of misrepresentation. Also, someone with a partial uniform, but without a proper ID or using props may be engaging in a form of misrepresentation. As an example of how to avoid misrepresentation, let's look at our facility staff, who are always in uniform when they are on campus. You can tell which branch of facilities an individual works for by the color of their shirt: green for maintenance, burgundy for custodial, tan for grounds personnel, and navy for the engineering staff. Our facilities folks will also usually have their St. Edward's name tag on it as well. So if someone shows up in your residence hall or office in a Bart Simpson t-shirt, cargo shorts, and a plunger saying they're there to work on your HVAC system, you can guess that something is amiss. I stands for information gathering. This is questioning at a level beyond mere curiosity about particular facets of a facility or a building's purpose, operations, security procedures, etc., that would arouse suspicion in a reasonable person, especially if those questions are persistent, intrusive, or probing questions about a facility's sensitive aspects, including questions about evacuation procedures or emergency response personnel and processes. Other examples of questions designed to gather sensitive information may include things like, are there security personnel assigned to this building? When are there scheduled shift changes? Are there special credentials required to access this building? S is for sabotage, also known as tampering or vandalism. This includes the intentional destruction, damage, manipulation, or dismantling of a facility's protective equipment, such as fire safety systems, like fire alarms or fire suppression systems. Security equipment like lighting, cameras, locks, or fencing. For the tampering with or obstruction of entrance or exit points to a building, especially fire exits or access controlled doors or gates. Finally, S can also stand for suspicious photography. This consists of taking pictures or videos of facilities, buildings, or infrastructure in a manner that would arouse suspicion in a reasonable person. Suspicious photography may also include attempts to conceal the photography as it's taking place. Again, photography starts to become suspicious when it's focused on security features, including cameras, security personnel, gates, barriers, or other sites not of general tourist interest. Now that we've talked about what can be amiss, let's watch another quick video.
Here's your challenge. How many people in orange shirts get subs? Go. Seven people in orange shirts got subs. But what else did you see? Did you notice the ice cream truck change to a pizza truck? Did you notice the glasses? What about the man leaving the suspicious package next to the truck? Your next challenge, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
How did you do this time? Did you count the number of subs? Did you catch the glasses and the person dropping the bag? Hopefully, you're starting to notice more of your surroundings. So this is your chance to be the judge. You get to decide for yourself if you'd consider it suspicious if you saw someone taking photos of these places and things on campus. Let's start with the main building. Is this suspicious? Probably not. It's a beautiful and historic structure. How about the fountain behind main building? Again, probably not. It's just another location of significance and sentiment for those who work and go to school on the hilltop. How about Holy Cross Hall? I'd normally say no, nothing suspicious about this photo, just another beautiful historic building on campus. However, I did have someone take this course who works in this building, and they said this particular photo could be suspicious because of the angle. There's a security camera in the top right section of the arch. So who knows, maybe based on the context, this photo may or may not be suspicious. How about the seal behind Holy Cross Hall? Again, I think it would be very reasonable to assume visitors, alumni, students, etc., may all want a photo of the university seal. Now let's look at some different types of photos. Here's a photo of the operations building. Would this arouse your suspicions? It's not a particularly attractive or historic building. In fact, it looks like a big metal shed. And there are police vehicles and other equipment in front of it. Someone taking lots of photos of this building might arouse my suspicion. What about our fuel depot? I'm hard pressed to think of any reason a person would want a picture of that thing. How about this photograph of the laydown yard in front of the operations building, including the pole with security cameras on top of it and the sign that says security cameras? What about a photograph of a mechanical room in one of our buildings? I think both of these photographs might be considered suspicious. So it's agreed if you see something, you should say something. But how do you do that? First of all, you can always call UPD. The number on the screen, 512-448-8444, is answered by UPD dispatchers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Don't ever hesitate to call if you see something suspicious. In fact, it's important that you contact UPD as quickly as you can, especially if you're actually observing the suspicious activity taking place. The sooner UPD can investigate, the better. Other options include emailing campus safety at the address shown here, or using the Topper Safe app. From the home page of the app, just tap on Report a Concern, and it will provide you with several options for reporting information, as well as a quick link to call 911 if you're not on campus. Finally, there's a task on My Hilltop titled Anonymous Tip Form if you'd like to report information that way. Whatever method you choose, it's important to remember that time is of the essence. Please report any suspicious activity as quickly as you can. So you may be wondering, what exactly do I report? Obviously, you want to report the suspicious activity itself. Something like there's someone in the parking lot looking inside cars and trying to open different car doors. But it would also be helpful if you describe the individual. Report as much information as you can to the best of your ability. It's okay if you don't report everything on this list, but the more, the better. Is the individual heavy set, thin, or a medium build? Height can be difficult to judge, but if you're inside a building and see someone who's acting suspicious, remember that most commercial doors are 7 feet tall, so you can try and judge a person's height that way. What are they wearing? A hat, coat, t-shirt, pants, shorts, a skirt or a dress, shoes or gloves? What color? Is there a pattern like a stripe or a checkered shirt? Can you see if they're wearing glasses or jewelry, or if they have any scars or tattoos? What about their hair? Is it long or short, straight or curly? What color is it? Where are they located right now? And if they are traveling, what direction are they going? Are they walking, running, or on a bike? This is some useful information to provide if you're describing a car. What color is it? 2-door or 4-door, pickup or sedan? Anything distinctive, like a bashed-in front passenger side door. The best information you can give for a vehicle is the license plate, state, and number. If you think about it in time, maybe you can snap a quick picture of the license plate with your phone. Just like with an individual, it's important to say where the vehicle is and its direction of travel. If you have trouble with directions, just do this. Think of St. Edward's as a box. If you're in that box and you're walking or looking toward downtown Austin, you're headed north. If you're walking the other way toward Home Depot on Woodward Street, you're headed south. If you're walking towards Congress Avenue, you're headed west. And if you're walking towards I-35, you're headed east. That's all you have to remember: north, south, east, and west. You could say something like, the individual is leaving the library and running west towards Congress Avenue. And that's very helpful information for UPD.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer.
A manager.
I'm a barber.
A waitress.
A student.
A mom.
We're all part of your community. We live in small towns and big cities.
On farmland
And concrete.
Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little details that make up our everyday.
The morning walk.
That familiar engine firing up.
The bus stop friends.
a hot cup of coffee.
That guy who can never seem to parallel park.
Every day brings surprises.
Flat tire.
Midday traffic.
Bus delays. Again. There's always something unexpected.
And honestly, that's fine.
It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty.
Something you know shouldn't be there.
Or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, It's probably not.
It's not about paranoia.
Or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
We trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
We all play a role in keeping our communities safe.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Well, thanks again for taking this training and for everything you do to help keep the hilltop safe. My contact information is on this slide, and I invite you to reach out to me if you have any questions or if you'd like to discuss any aspects of this presentation in further detail. Also, this training is available for groups on campus in a live online or in-person format. If you're interested in one of these sessions, just let me know.